My mom was heated. You could see the fire in her eyes, but I was kind of confused because it felt like her vibe was off. It was like, I felt like she knew, but didn't know. I couldn't put my finger on it exactly, right? She done told Mark, don't move that spot. She don't care if it take her 3 years to come back. That means keep your toenails embedded in the wood. That means stay still like a light pole. And she taking me to work. First off, I need some air. I need to get away from you. I do not need you taking me to work, okay? I need to figure this out. I was breaking down, okay? But I was holding a poker face, but in the inside, I was crashing. I was breaking down. So she tells me, come on, let's go. I'm like, I just got to get my work shirt. She said, okay, so why are you still standing here? Go get the shirt. You should have been ready. First off, how can I be ready when I'm up here getting drilled? Like, so I'm looking, I'm like, come on, let's go. So I goes upstairs. Boom, I grab my shirt. Now, some in my mind, right, got me wondering, how is my dad so calm? Because as she was yelling at Marky, my dad was in the kitchen making nice water. Didn't look bothered. First off, as a man, that's one of your toys. Your vehicle is missing. Your vehicle is missing. And you know what? He didn't look bothered. He didn't look stressed. He didn't look worried. He looked at very much so chill, so that threw me off. So I'm like, I still couldn't put my finger on it, right? So some say, Rody Doty, grab those keys. Now here's the deal. Here's the deal. My mom already checked me. So in her eyes, I don't got the keys. But I know if I go to work, she gonna come in my room and search it high and low, left and right, in and out. I better take them keys with me. So I grabbed the keys. I put them in my pocket with my other house keys. So as I'm shutting the door, she say, Roshan, are you making the shirt or are you grabbing the shirt? I'm like, I'm coming. She like, well, come on. So I hurry up. I'm going downstairs. Now, as I get downstairs and I start walking past Marky, like, he looking at me like, I'm looking like, I don't know why you in the heat. I don't know how you get in the heat. I ain't never say nothing. So you hear my dad, as I'm getting close to the door, you hear my dad like, so Marky. And my man, when he said, so Marky, I was like, okay, he finna talk to him. Please, Marky, do not snitch on me. In my mind, that's what I'm saying. But I got to leave out this door and I got to not look back. I bet not look back and look at him and give him a cue like, don't snitch on me. Because my dad, he will be watching. Boom, I get in the car. My mom pulls off. Now, for a few seconds, now I'm nervous. It felt like I got a bear on my chest, his foot on my chest, and I can't breathe. I need air because when I was like with my mom, I always felt tight, especially if I'm in trouble. I just really would have caught the subway, the bus, or anything just to get to work. I didn't really want her to take me to work. So we're driving, so it's quiet in there. She ain't got no music on. She ain't saying nothing. So I'm like, okay. In my mind, I'm like, if I look sad and like, scared, maybe she won't say nothing to me. So I'm over there on the passenger side, like, she like, I know you better than you know yourself, right? So I'm like, she like, what is this? I'm like, yes. She like, so you don't know where the car at? I'm like, no, I don't know where the car is. She like, you sure you don't know where the car at? I'm like, yeah, I'm sure I don't. I'm looking at this lady blue in the face saying, I do not know where the car at. I'm telling I do not know where the car at. So she like, so do Marky know where the car at? I'm like, no. She say, how you know? How you know that Marky don't know where the car at? I'm like, because he said he didn't know. She said, I don't trust y'all. I don't believe y'all. I don't trust y'all as far as I can throw y'all, and I definitely can't throw y'all nowhere. So I'm like, what is happening? But in my mind, I was a little bit relieved because it was more like, she don't know. She know that the car is missing. She don't think that the car is stolen. She just think that it's either me or Marky that took that car because, hello, the spare keys is gone. If somebody would have started, they wouldn't have been able to come in the house to get the spare keys, right? So I'm scrambling, trying to think like, oh, she just think it's one of us. So she like, all right, have a good day. She pulled up in front of the workplace. She like, have a good day. So I looked, I'm like, oh, okay. So I shut the door. First off, how can I have a good day when I'm going through, I got a lot going on. I got a lot going on in my mind, and you up here talking about have a good day. Have a good day. I walks inside the door. I only had like a t-shirt on, so I went on ahead. I put the work shirt on. Boom. I walk back there. I'm still a little early, so I see Charlotte. So Charlotte like, hey, I'm like, what's up? She like, did you find a car? I'm like, no. I'm like, and I got in trouble. So Rod like, hey, I need some help. Y'all got, hey, come on back here. I'm like, wait, what? So I scratched my face up. a little bit. He like, look, if you got an attitude, you could go home. I'm like, I don't got no attitude. He like, yeah, he like, so come on, you need to clock in and let's go. I'm like, I still got time. He like, well, if you ain't ready to work, you shouldn't be on the floor. Go wait in the lobby until it's time for you to work. So you hear Shada like, chill, friend. So he like, come on, I'm getting slammed. So she laughing. So she started expediting. So I'm looking at him like, I promised to God. So boom, I'm like, I might as well just go on ahead and clock in. I kept looking at the time. I'm like, all right, I'm gonna just be like a couple of minutes early. So I go, I'm clocking in. Now it's busy. All right. So I'm clocking in. There's people at the drive-thru and stuff. So I clock in. And as I'm getting ready to walk off, I see out of my periphery when I look back, because I was looking back at Charlotte, and I see my mom. First off, lady, you dropped me off. Why are you not at home? So I'm like, what is she on? Like, why is she here? So immediately I turned back around. So Rod, he like, hey, come on, I need you on the grill. First off, I hate being on the grill. Why you keep putting me on the grill? I keep telling him I don't like the grill. Like, just put me on the table. Like, I could just expedite like the bread and the other stuff, like the patties and all that. Like, let them be on the grill. But I ain't tripping. I'm like, okay. I'm like, but my mama right there. He like, okay, she can order like everybody else. I'm like, no, she probably want me. He like, okay, see, do she want you? And hurry up, because I need to be giving out breaks. So I'm like, because he was the opener. It was turning into Charlotte shift. So boom, my mom like, I'm gonna go ahead and get Boo Man something. So I was like, hey, mom, what you having? So she like, where your manager? Straight like that. She looked at the other person that was on the register like, who your manager? I'm coming up there. I was just gonna try to get your food early, but I guess she don't want to talk to me. Act like she didn't even know me. Okay. She looked at the other, where's your manager? So I'm like, Mom, what you having? She like, I need to talk to your manager first. So boom, Rod come up. Charlotte comes up, right? She the supervisor. So my mom like, so that one right there, I was over there. I wasn't standing where they was at that point. I was over there standing by the fries. So she like, that one right there, that's my child. So Charlotte like, yeah, what's wrong? She said, if you see my child driving any sports car, any car rather, I want you to call me. I'm going to pay you. So Charlotte looking at me, Rod looking at me. I'm like, I was trying to talk with my eyes like, so they like, okay, we got you. She said, you got a pen and paper, because I want to write my number down, and I'm going to write my husband number down and how you can reach me. So boom, write the number down. She got Kayla on these, she dipped. So Charlotte like, I'm like, it's a long story. So Rod like, I don't know what's going on, but come on, let's get to the grill. So boom, I get to the grill. We go on ahead. We get the rush down and everything. Now I get ready to get off. So Charlotte like, you want to come to my house? I get off in the next hour. So I'm like, no, I'm in trouble. Like, I'm in real life trouble. So she was like, okay, well, what about tomorrow? I'm like, I think I'm off tomorrow, right? She like, yeah, but you can tell your mom that you work. I could put you on a schedule and make it seem like you work. I'm like, no, I could just tell her that I work. I say, so tomorrow. So she like, all right. So I'm like, can I get a hug? She give me a hug. She smells so good. Boom. I dips. I gets on the subway, the bus. Boom. I make it to the crib. My mom is in the bar. So I go back there in the bar. I'm like, hey, Mom, I'm home. She like, okay. She like, I'll be up there to talk to you soon. I'm like, okay. All right. So I go downstairs. I knock on the door. Marky open the door. I'm like, yo, what happened? He was like, nothing. They kept asking me, do I know where the car at? I'm like, what you say? He like, I said, I don't know. I'm like, you didn't tell on me? He like, you my brother. Why would I do that, goofball? I'm like, yo, like, that's what I'm talking about. Like, we bros for real. Like, thank you. He like, but we need to find it. I'm like, that's true. I'm like, look, I'm off tomorrow. I'm like, but I'm supposed to go see Charlotte. But I'm like, I don't know if I should see her. Like, I need to get my own car back. So I'm like, it's all good. So all you hear is so Marky like, who is that at my? And he opened the door. It's Caleb. He like, hey, there you guys go. I thought you, Brody Dodie, I thought you was in your room. I'm like, why are you knocking on the door like you the police? He's like, cause I am the police. I'm like, what do you want? He like, Mom said when you get home you was gonna make me cookies. I'm like, Mom ain't say that. Yes, she did. I'm like, I'm not making any cookies. He like, that's why you in trouble. I'm like, I'm not in trouble. He like, you are. And so he pushed me. So I grabbed Caleb and I put him on, like, on his chair. It's like, it was like a 2-seat though, but it was like on the armrest. So I put him on the chair part, on the armrest part. Boom. I'm like, and I'm holding him like this. I'm like, nuggies, nuggies, nuggies. He like, stop. I'm like, nope, nuggies. No, he like, stop. I'm like, I just kept nugging him. So he started crying. He like, I'm telling Mom. I'm like, okay. Come here. I'm just playing. Come on, give me a hug. He like, I'm like, calm down, boy. He like, that's why I know something y'all don't know. I'm like, what? He like, that's why I know something y'all don't know. And he stormed up upstairs and he went in his room. I'm like, let me go check on him, make sure he don't tell. So Marky like, you gonna get us in trouble again. I'm like, oh, look at you. Mr. Always getting in trouble. Mr. Troublemaker. He like, I'm not. Boom, he shut the door. I'm like, and your room stink. Clean it. So I go upstairs. I go check on Boo Man. I'm like, oh, I'm sorry, Boo Man. I'm like, come here. He's like, I'm not a baby. I'm not a baby. I'm like, I'm sorry. I'm like, I'm finna make your cookies. How many? He like, these many. I'm like, all right, cool. I'm like, and what you know that we don't know? He like, you're just gonna tell Mom on me anyway. And he sat in his chair. I'm like, I'm not gonna tell Mom. He like, well, can I get these many cookies if I tell you? I'm like, you know Mama's not gonna let you eat 6 cookies. He like, well, I'm not telling you. I'm like, okay. I'll make you 6 cookies. He like, I know where the sports car at. I'm like, what? He like, but I'm gonna play my game. Get out of my room. I'm like, wait, Boo Man. He like, make my cookies. I'm like, that's not telling. He like, I did tell you. I just didn't tell you everything. I'm like, tell me everything. So I'm like, hold on, I'll be right back. Let me put your cookies on. Boom. I hurry up, run down the basement, grab the cookies, bring the pan out, bing, bring the aluminum foil out, wrap the aluminum foil around the pan, bing, take the cookies, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, pop. Open up the oven, didn't even preheat the oven. Threw that bad boy in there, boom, slammed the oven door, beep. My mama come, back door now, open it. She said, I need to talk to you. I'm like, you scared me. Yeah, because you always sneaky, that's why. Look, I'm going to go and make a stop real quick. I need you to make sure you watch Boo Man. I got something to go pick up real quick because I'm running out of something. Now, I never knew what that meant, but now that I'm older, I know what that meant. She was going to go pick up some Zaza. So I'm like, okay. She like, don't go nowhere. Don't touch nothing. Don't touch nothing that don't belong to you. Got that? I'm like, understand. She left. She gone. So I'm like, oh, good. So I go downstairs. I'm like, Marky. He like, what? I'm like, meet me in Caleb room. He like, wow, I'm busy. I'm like, meet me in Caleb room. He like, oh. So I'm like, come on. So we go upstairs. So I'm trying to get in Caleb room. I'm like, open up the door. He like, what's the passcode? I'm like, Boo Man. He like, ain't wrong. I'm like, the king. Ain't, you only got one more try. You mess up. You got to wait till later. I'm like, give me a hint. He like, it come out your butt. I'm like, oh my God. I'm like, what it start with? He like, it start with an F. I'm like, fart? He like, yep, that's what your breath smell like. That's the passcode. I'm like, that's not funny. Like, is my cookies ready? I'm like, no, they're not ready. And don't forget my ice with milk. I'm like, okay, look, tell Mark what you told me. He like, what about that? I know where Mom's car at? I'm like, where is it? So Marky like, where's the car, Boo Man? He like, y'all want to know? I know I know where it's at. So we like, tell us. He like, I said, but we made a deal. He like, okay. So mom